Hey you guys, it's your girl Dach coming back to you from Real Takes. Today I'll be doing a movie review for the movie titled Split, directed and written by M. Night Shyamalan. First and foremost, let me just put this out there first. Split was a great movie. I enjoyed Split immensely. It was awesome. I'm so glad. I do love M. Night's work. There's a few, movies here and there I really didn't like, but overall I love his work, and I'm so glad because this movie was on par with what I'm used to seeing from him. I cannot say enough about this movie. Now, with this particular review, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. I'm just going to say a couple of my feelings about the characters a little bit and what I kind of can speak on without giving too much away. I know people are still watching it because this is the first weekend it's out, but in the interest of the movie, I'll say James McAvoy did an outstanding job playing these multiple characters. Being that his character has split personalities, he has a multitude of different, you know, personalities in the movie. I liked his portrayal. Also, the girl who plays Casey, aka Anya Taylor-Joy, hope I'm saying her first name right. She was outstanding as well in this movie. She played her part very, very well. And matter of fact, speaking of her, she came out of nowhere. I had never seen her before until I saw The Witch, and then she did another movie. For some reason I cannot remember. It was a sci-fi movie. If anybody knows, you probably can just comment below. I cannot remember. And then this movie. So she's probably done some other things or have upcoming movies, but she's on her way. She, just like I said, out of the blue, I'm like, well, I keep seeing this girl's face. She looks familiar, and yeah, I can see they must like her body work and her presence in films because she's getting roles and she's doing a great job. There were two other characters from the trailer. You could see it was three girls, two other girls, one playing, I think, a girl named Claire, and then another one was named Marcia, based around them going to what looked like to be a birthday party. Now, from that, as you saw in the trailer, they showed them all packing up to leave from the said event, and father was packing up the car, and I'm assuming that's when he's approached by what should have James McAvoy's character, one of the personalities. All I can say is it starts off really good. It doesn't take long to get into the group within the first, 6 minutes into the movie, and then it just kind of goes right into it. So it's none of this, lagging in story to figure out what's going to happen. How did he come across these girls and then eventually take them, and then somewhere what looks like to be underground somewhere. And let's just say from that moment, from there on out, you kind of see the dynamic that starts happening with him showing his range with these different characters he's playing or personalities. But let's just say they said 23 personalities. Now, granted, there's a part in the movie where you'll see a couple of things where you'll see the difference in all the different personalities and the names. I won't say what that is, but you don't see all of them. He plays a certain amount of them that you will see, and then there's a couple of them that he does play more so because from him having these personalities, he has certain ones that seem to be wanting to be in more control than the others, and then some of them they're trying to keep from being in control. So I'll just leave it like that. But I liked how he grappled with that, and then also when he would go see his doctor, the woman's name is Dr. Fletcher, played by I think Betty Buckley. She was in one of my favorite movies by M. Night called The Lady in the Water. She was great as the doctor, trying to kind of, understand him and just knowing who she's talking to, getting a feel because these are her, patients. She wants them to feel comfortable with her. And there was certain instances where he was doing certain things or reaching out to her prior to an appointment, and then she's kind of figuring out something's going on with him. So that much I can say, and that's kind of how it kind of leads into where the three girls come into play, because he's doing things out of the ordinary from a regular visit, and she's picking up on it, but then, he's trying to kind of like play around where she's kind of like, he's the puppet, master, she's a puppeteer, playing her in certain instances like that. So I will say that much. But as for the girls, Casey's character, very well done. There's some backstory on her. I won't say what that is, and you'll kind of catch on that from the way she kind of tries to somewhat befriend some of those personalities over the course of the movie. So you'll kind of, see some of that as that plays out. And for the other girls, they do a couple of things, but it's mostly Casey's character who is basically interacting with him more so than the other ones. So that part was really good, and it does get intense, I will say. On top of that, it stays steady. Then as it gets towards the end, I say the last 20 minutes, it really picks up and lots of things happen. And let's just say, no spoiler, but definitely when you watch it, you'll see something that happens towards the end of the movie that, some people, if they know M. Night, you'll catch it and you'll know what's going on. And I had to really listen because I had to think about it, and then of course I figured out what he was doing. But it was good, and some people will probably like that. And I have to tell you, it was just it was just awesome to see how wonderful in the end, beginning to end, how good this movie was. And I just can't say enough about it. I really want to go see it again. I think I'm probably going to see it next weekend. It was that good to me personally. I know a lot of people, try to downplay on M. Night in some of his movies, but like I've always said, me personally, when it comes to directors, every director, most of them have at least a couple of movies that you're not going to like. There's going to be something about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people can have probably more of a multitude of movies you don't like, but in the end, you don't have to like everything from them. There's nothing wrong with that, but just you have your core ones you like, and that's what it is. Then, you enjoy those, and then you just go about your business. But with this, I think he's getting back to what he used to do from the past, because there's a couple of them that I was questioning in the past. The Village being one of them, and let's just say anybody knows what I'm talking about, you'll know, because that ending left a lot to be desired, and I was not happy. So this one, beginning to end, like I said, great movie. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'd give it about an 8.5, more leaning towards a 9. I thought it was very well done. I'm so happy. And then I can also say, even in the theater, everybody was really getting into it. There's a scene in there, I must say, where one of the personalities puts on a nice little dance show. And let me tell you, I literally died. It was so funny. It was really good. A lot of us couldn't stop laughing. It was funny. I tell you, James, he outdid himself in this one, So I expect a lot of people are going to probably say they probably enjoyed it. I hope a lot of people doesn't think it's that bad, but I don't think so. I think a lot of people will enjoy this movie. I think he did a good job. So I'm not going to ramble on too much more. So, but other than that, if you haven't seen it, go see it. I think you will enjoy it. M. Night is back. I think it's getting back to what he used to do. The Visit, somewhat, and then this, I think it's gonna start going back to what it used to be. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy and enjoy the movie. So with that said, stop by, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll see you on the next trailer reaction or movie review. Take care.